Alright guys, welcome. G'day one all. How are you guys? Good morning. Good afternoon. As always, a very good evening. Hope we're all doing well. Welcome to another London session. We're going to have a look at the charts, obviously, on we'll have a look at GJ and gold moving forward. See what we can come up with. Been a fair bit of volume throughout the day. It's been high volume week. Not necessarily the easiest to get involved in trades though. Wasn't on the charts personally today for Asian session. Looks like it would have been a nice one, to be honest. Probably gave a couple of opportunities. The charts are trending, which is good. But nonetheless, we will do the analysis. In the meantime, guys, do say g'day, hit like button, and we will get underway. GJ's looking good for some potential sells, even possibly on the next candle. So what we're going to do is start with GJ, then looking at the weekly. And once again, we can see this is a very strong bearish candle. We've broken below a support we've previously formed on the way up. Again, this candle suggests to me what I'd be likely looking for is levels within it where we could potentially pull back to once again form a resistance, respect a resistance, and head back down in line with the current weekly and potentially create a lower low. Onto the daily time frame, and what we can see is we have counter probabilities to the downside. Once again, we are really in a solid downtrend at the moment. Structure, we have technically flipped it bearish. Took a while, but we've actually closed below that most recent swing point, so you can now argue the structure is bearish. Not only that, you got counter probabilities to the downside. We've just recently broken a support and we're tapped into another support. So let's see what levels we could potentially pull back to once we go down to the 4 hour and M30. So the 4 hour, again, creating some nice clean moves. Got multiple pauses only to be followed by continuation. So once again, nothing yet suggests that we could make a pullback. Looking to the left hand side, what levels have we got? We've got some relatively clean traffic down to the next level below the current daily candle's low. We're just going to mark in the low of the current daily candle. Aside from that, what I'm going to mark in is the most recent level of support that price has broken. Now, I know it's a bearish candle low, but once we go down to the M30, we'll see it's actually lines up with a bullish candle at that point. So it was the most recent support. And just adjust this along a little bit. All right. And what we can see is, other than immediately after closure, we've not yet retested it, but we have made a pullback. So what I'm going to do is mark in the support at the current daily candles low. I'm going to include the bearish candles low, the wick of the bearish candle low. There's no other zone for me to use at that point. But what I can see is we are now potentially forming a resistance. So what my plan for today would be is look for sells upon continuation on GJ. It would make sense. You got some pretty clean traffic to left hand side as well. I mean, there's a little bit of consolidation, but by that point you definitely have enough margin on the table to secure. That's around that 195, 940. But what we're doing just now is, like I said, potentially forming a resistance. What I want to see is in the next 5.5 minutes or so, 5 minutes and 45 seconds, this candle closes back a weak bullish candle. It does create support. So if we were to respect support, there is no real need to break it. We should just head back up, potentially retest this zone where we may reject, or we may start popping back up further, potentially back above that previous 4 hour support of 197.50 roughly. But if we were to reject and start to pop below the support, then there's a high probability what will happen is price will come back down towards the current daily candle's low. There's obviously enough margin below that point there as well, at that point, sorry, to take it down to that point. So what we're waiting for just now is just to see how strong this candle closes. If it closes a little bit weaker than this, I'd consider an impulse entry as it breaks the low of that bearish bullish candle. At the same time, you'll be breaking the low of the 30-minute bearish candle, lower high, lower low, in anticipation price going to come back down to retest the low of the current daily candle. So I'll be all about the sells on GJ today. Not really keen on buying it at all. At this rate, if I was to consider any buys, I need a very strong bullish 4-hour candle closure, preferably back above that 197.50, 550, 60 sort of level. And at that point, maybe I would consider it. Not sure if I'll be on the charts at that point though. So that's the options right now on GJ. So we've got just over 4 minutes. We'll quickly go have a look at gold. In the meantime, we'll do the analysis. Should be able to knock it off within that period. So looking at the weekly, once again, strong bearish candle. Once again, likely suggests to me looking to levels on the 4-hour and M30 that price could pull back to the former resistance and backing down line with the previous with the current weekly candle direction. And also the strength of the daily. Daily's pop below that resistance 23.91, making a real nice pullback now on the daily. Do have some more margin down towards that 23.58, 59 sort of level. We're beginning to break the current daily candle low. Let's just mark in the low of the current daily candle. Structure wise, we do remain bullish, however, but we do have counter probabilities to the downside. 4-hour bearish in structure, tapped into a support, and we're kind of bouncing off it just now. So I'm just going to mark in that level, about the current daily candle's low. Below it, got enough margin to take a sell below it. As far as resistance, it's the most recent level we've broken by the looks of it. All right, perfect. I can now just adjust this across. I can delete it and draw in a level just here. So what we're doing, guys, is we've formed consolidation at support. It's a 4-hour support. It's in a big downtrend, but if we have a nice strong closure above that resistance formed at support, there's a high probability we're going to make a deeper correction. Got some pretty clean traffic across the board to the left hand side, and you could probably target that previous support around 23.84 is enough margin to that level. So if price was to close above, seeing we're now trying to form that support, if we are to close above, going to be counter trend. But if we were to close above 23.79.35, I may consider taking a counter trend buy. I'd also be marking resistance at this point higher up. And if price was to tap in or even a little bit lower down, if we pull back to create a lower high, to reject anywhere really below 2400. So that psychological round number I've mentioned a few times throughout the week, it's a key level. What I want to see is price pull back to reject it. Anywhere below it, forming that lower high, and I'll look for the sell options on gold. Further sells below the low upon continuation. We likely do have, it's not the cleanest, but what I do think is a high probability of happening is if we're creating lower highs, lower lows. We are in a heavy downtrend at the moment. We're seeing we've pulled back to grab some more liquidity. If we begin to pop below the current daily candle low, there's a high probability price will come back down further, enough for us to get some pips out of it. So below the current daily candle low, I would also look for a potential sell moving forward. So just waiting for the range to for the consolidation to break, and we will see. Back to GJ, guys, pushing back up. So this rate, it's not going to be any sells on GJ on the next candle. We'll just watch it though, because it's just in case it does drop in the next minute. GJ been playing funny buggers. A good trade yesterday near NY call, and I was pretty lucky to get out break even, to be honest. Into some fair drawdown as soon as it got into about 5 pip profit after about half an hour. So just went to break even. Obviously took me out, and then just absolutely sank after it shat the bed completely. That was around here. As soon as it took my break even out, it melted. So all good. All right, so it's not going to close weak enough. So in this case, what I need to look for, the next plan for why I'd be creating is if the next candle closes bearish engulfing on the M15, that would suffice, and I will look to take a sell. 30 minutes still closed back bearish, but it's too strong of a bullish candle to take impulse entry, so I know I need to wait another 15 minutes. And gold is below that support, so no entry on gold as well for me. Hopefully that all makes sense. GU, I've just done some analysis and sent it into members group. The 30 minutes actually flipped bullish on GU, so the bias is neutral at the moment. Similar to gold, you formed resistance at a 4-hour support, so if price was to pop above that resistance, so above 128 or 129 flat, tap in and pull away from it. In my opinion, it's going to be a good point to start looking for some buys from the bottom third of the range. I mean, other than that, I'd be looking for rejection at 129.10 roughly for a potential sell option, or closures above that level for further buys. Pretty simple on GU. Looks a bit cleaner today. Been a bit difficult this week though, so make of that what you will. In the meantime, Franco, more to you. Archard, James, 54K4, Chef Wilson, thank you guys. Welcome. Hope you're well. Who's in trades at the moment, guys? Anyone involved? Franco, you're in EU buy limit 1.08434. 434 from here. Okay. Yeah, I see it. It's not the type of entry I take because it's coming from consolidation. It's not necessarily trending, so in my opinion, limit orders aren't valid when it's not trending, but we'll see how it goes. As long as you're willing to accept the risk. Chef Wilson, can I take a look at USD CAD? You're going to buy from 1.38189. $1.38189. Alright, so I'm assuming you took an impulse entry. The tough one to take an impulse entry on, reason being is, to me, that shows signs of exhaustion on the approach to that resistance. So what I'd rather see is some really strong bullish candles on the approach, and that would suggest that the bias is still present. But seeing its approach that resistance, and what we've got are the weak candles just here, still below that resistance, it will show, for me, that would probably mean that they don't quite have the volume to create the impulse entry. I'd rather wait for a strong closure above it than wait for slow to pull back continuation trade. But I'll quickly do the analysis on it nonetheless and see. I think it's a good buy option. Well, based on the weekly, I'm pretty sure it is. Forming a very strong bullish candle. Daily structure is also bullish. Yep. There's a lot of strength to the US dollar at the moment. For whatever reason. God knows why. To be honest. 4 hour. Looking like it is potentially exhausting. But it is also bullish in structure. To the left hand side, you've at a resistance. So need to be wary of that. A little bit of margin though until the high of it. As far as support, you've got that level there. Most recent resistance that price could potentially pull back to, that could probably just adjust this up now. So it's bullish across the board. Definitely you're on the right side of things, but to be honest, I probably would have been waiting for a closure, and then there's not enough margin by the looks of it. otherwise the pullback. So I mean, even when you zoom out to left, it is pretty much at the resistance. Just a little bit, you got a little bit more margin. So if I was to trade USD CAD, what I want to see is price pull back to 138.05 and look for a buy from that point. Otherwise, strong closure above on this candle, lower wick, continuation, which will mean good for you anyway, because you're already be more in profit by then. But I mean, you're looking good because you're definitely on the right side of things. So just be careful how you manage it. Are you looking at a longer term trade, or are you just scalping it? What's your TP and what's your stop loss in that? The JJ had so much volume off late. JJ. Doc, good morning to you. Good morning. Chef Wilson, I buy when Kamala says on her interview, or do I? So I'm thinking dollar will go up. No idea what that's got to do with it, but you can use anything as a confluence and it works, and all for it. What are the rest of us looking at? There's only 20 on stream, so anyone else looking at any other trade at the moment? Let's have a look at the news. That was yesterday. So for today, you got obviously another big day for the US dollar. You got unemployment claims and GDP. Some orange follow news for Germany as well, for the Eurozone as well, and that's about it. So in CMI, got to be on the lookout for that. And same thing tomorrow, some more high impact news to come during the MY session. Some red follow news, some breaking. I'm not sure how that impacts the yen, other than what that suggests is maybe there was some intervention, because there's obviously a lot of strength in the yen right now. Ben, all good, man? How are you? Dot went to bed with a safe gold shot. Short, nice one. Yeah, gold is definitely in a bit of a pullback, isn't it? But could potentially present for a buy. It's going to be counter trend, but I would take this entry, you know, every day of the week. If when it presents, it's at a strong support. It's not only that, you've got clean traffic to the left of it, and you're at the bottom third of the range. So to me, looks like potentially a decent entry. Just needs to close above. Want to see a closure above because it is bearish. So it would be against the trend. I want to see the closure above, tap in, continuation. That would suffice for an entry. How are you, James?
Hey, bud. How you doing?
Fantastic. What do you think of JJ?
Mate, that trade yesterday just would have absolutely flown, wouldn't it? So annoying.
It was bloody frustrating, mate.
Literally dropped down to where I had my TP in like less than a minute, and then just carried on going.
Yeah, for me, it was getting bloody late, and I was just waiting and hoping I'll get towards break even. It was still valid. It still kept respecting the previous level. So I didn't want to close it.
Stayed under that.
Yeah, I didn't want to close it, but I was buggered. So I just thought I'm just gonna get to break even. Literally about 2 seconds after I got to break even, popped straight back up, took me out and dumped. Of course, it's done that all freaking week. 3 break evens this week.
That's better than 3 losses though.
Yeah, 100%. 1 win and 3 break evens for the week. So,
yeah. Gotta look on the bright side.
Yeah, exactly. Could definitely have been worse. Franco?
It's annoying this 15 minutes got no upper wick.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a nice candle.
Yep, and it's just, it looks like it's just consolidating. It really has to close nice and strong below.
Yeah.
Issue with that.
But even then, would you take it with the 30-minute having no upper wick?
That's what I was gonna say. You don't have the upper wick. You don't have a wide stop loss.
Yeah.
So again, it's really not ideal. But I think the charts look better today. I reckon we're gonna get an entry. Could be gold. Franco closed position minus 2.7 pips. Alright, so pull back a bit more. Yeah. Yeah, I don't trust the limit orders out of consolidation, because for me, the amount of times to see it just pull back, so it could just grab liquidity before potentially coming back down to the support and continuing to the downside. Looks like it's flipped bearish on the 30-minute. Bend surviving, been a bit crazy week on the charts. Yeah, it has been. So I feel like I've got out of it relatively unscathed, to be honest. Frustrating week, but still in a profit, so that's it. That's the main thing. So this rate looks likely that we're gonna have to wait for a 30-minute closure on both GJ and gold. In the meantime, let's take a quick look at Bitcoin. Looks like it's also in a bit of a pullback at the moment. So the weekly has pulled back quite significantly. Let's have a look. As it pulled back to the 50% at previous candles, it's currently below it. All right, so let's mark it in. What we want to see is if price pulls back and rejects and we form resistance on the minor time frames, maybe that would suggest that potentially we could continue to pull back further. Looking at the daily, are at support. We've bounced into a support which lines up with some resistance here to the left. It is still bullish in structure, but you've got counter probabilities to the downside. Onto the 4-hour. Once again, we can see it's at a very strong support just now. Let's just adjust this a little bit. It's not quite tapped into it. Structure wise, it still is, it's bearish. Like in that resistance, but seeing it's at support, not gonna want to sell it into the support. Prefer to buy it below that support. You got some more traffic to the left as well, so not gonna be easy probably for the sells upon continuation this stage into the support. You're probably gonna need to wait for a pullback for the sells. Let's see if we can adjust this at all. Yeah, a little bit to the downside. Yeah, so there's probably enough margin. Yep. All right, so I think you need to, you got that week. I'd say wait patiently for price to pop below 63.30. There could be sell options by that point there. Now, similar to gold and GU, what we've done is formed, just use that level, formed resistance at support, consolidating. So ideally what I want to see is price tap into the support, the 4-hour level, bounce off it. This is for the buyers, and begin to close above that 64.530. And at that point, it's a good option to buy. That's back at 50%, that previous weekly counter as well. So if we start popping back above it and close above it in a 30-minute, tap into that zone and begin to pull away from it, that'd be a nice option to take a buy. If, however, we pull back only to reject it yet again, then in my opinion, what we could do is come back down, create a lower low, and continue to trend to the downside. So pretty important level it's at based off that previous weekly, and that's how I'd be playing it. Sells below, highs above, most of the consolidation, and sells below that 4-hour support 63.30, and after that we just see what happens. So that's currently what I look at though if I was to be trading Bitcoin.
Hey, good morning.
Good day, mate. How are you?
So far, my audio is okay, or?
Yeah, better. Much better today.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I was looking for this euro buys, but unfortunately it played not out. So because I saw that on the left side there was clean traffic, and maybe there was no upper wick, and maybe I thought the price will come back and push up. So, but unfortunately it was not.
Yeah, definitely understand the entry. The only thing for me is, again, limit orders, I only take them when price is trending. So after it creates a low low or higher high, and you've made a nice clean move down or up, if it's doing a bit of this, and say I'm looking to take a limit order above for maybe that resistance, it's a limit order after a close above once you find that you're trending. When it's in consolidation, I find a lot of time I'd rather let it retest and then break above to confirm that it's going to stay above it. Otherwise, I find what it could do is just be grabbing liquidity from the upside, and it is bearish on the 30-minute, so just to potentially come back down and begin to break below the support. So I understand it, but maybe just consider that next time moving forward. If it's not trending, just wait for it to break the high catalyst candle.
Yeah, thanks.
But it's just a small loss nonetheless, nothing major.
No, that's good for me. So we have to manage risk at the end, and I
correct.
saw it was then breaking the low of the M50 candle, and I saw it's a good point maybe to get out of this trade. So
100%, mate.
I'm fine with this numbers there.
Yeah, it's good. It's good trade management.
Top work.
Say again?
There's the top work in here.
The top wick, yeah. Let's pull back to make it. Oh, what? Stream numbers are bloody disappointing. Getting worse and worse.
Fluctuates like that though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but usually you got at least 30 plus at this point. No idea on what's going on with it. Alright, GJ bouncing back up. It's consolidating now, so it's nothing on GJ. Nothing at all at the moment. Just needs to patiently wait. Gold's in consolidation as well. There's not much you can do when price action is just consolidating. Need to patiently wait it out. shit ass day here. Sun's just come out now, just before it's supposed to go down. Been raining cats and dogs all day, bloody freezing as well. Still managed to get to the gym though.
What did you train?
Chest and arms today. It was alright. Probably a little bit better than what I thought I'd go, to be honest. You know, sometimes you get there, you're just really, really flat.
Yeah.
I walked in, I felt, oof, I'm bloody cold, I really can be buggered, but just got to get it done.
Yeah.
But often they're the better ones, I found.
Yeah, sometimes. Doesn't happen often, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's for me. I don't know how you guys do it. It'd be a struggle in your winter. Because
Yeah.
I don't like to get changed there. I just couldn't be bothered. I want to try to get in and out quickly. So I'm walk in, have a little bit of a sort of stretch, but not really. And straight to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I never get changed there.
Yeah, I just couldn't be bothered. I want to get straight into it. So it means I come in shorts, and I bring a jacket though. But it's just such an effort because it's freaking freezing getting there. So if I complain about, I can't imagine what it's like for you guys when it's a lot cooler in your winter than what it is here.
Yeah. I suppose we're just used to it.
Yeah, that's the thing. But then again, so should I. But I'm just not.
Yeah, I'm thinking of change. I did some sprint training again last night.
Oh yeah, how was it? How you pulled
Yeah,
up?
really good actually. But it makes me realise I think I'm gonna change gyms and try and go somewhere with a like a cold plunge, just for recovery.
Oh, okay. Yep.
It makes you so much less stiff in the morning.
Yeah, I can imagine. You'd have pretty sore legs today, pretty sore hammies and quads.
Yeah, they are quite. You know,
Yeah.
not in my 20s anymore, am I? Unfortunately, you know.
Oh mate, don't you start.
Got to try and recover properly now.
I've got the middle-aged man blues at the moment.
What's that?
42. When you're thinking if you're, heading in the right direction with everything. time to knuckle down. So I think I'm heading in the right direction. Takes a bit of time, but no I don't know, no flashy cars or anything like that. That's not, maybe in your 20s that's something you dream of, but once you get to this age, it's not important whatsoever.
Yeah, you stop caring about that kind of stuff.
No, I just could not give a shit about that type of thing. More about moving to where I want to be in that, which again eventually happen. Just continues to get slightly delayed, but it'll happen. Ben, built differently, us Brits. Don't know about that, mate, but
yeah, the Aussies have been complaining about nothing.
where are we? Complaining about the cold. Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's not something I've ever gotten used to. So again, when you got a physique like mine with no body fat, very hard to keep yourself insulated. I like to test myself out, actually, to be honest, the skin fall.
Yeah, I'd like to know the actual number.
Yeah, I think anything below, is it 18 or something like that, is considered really low body fat.
Yeah,
Something like that.
but yeah. What would you guess you are?
I know at one point I was like 12 or something, 13, which is bloody good, because I think like bodybuilders and that are at like 7 or 8 or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. I'd say probably about 15. I'm very lean still, but a little bigger. been obviously a lot of upping the calories and the protein intake, so plus lifting a bit heavier. So I have put on a couple kilos in about 2 months. Nothing major, but steady gains. What do you reckon you are?
I reckon yeah, somewhere around 15% something.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Just before COVID, I was.
As you say though, I'd like to know properly. I'd like to know.
Yeah, one eventually. You could probably do it in the gym. Like, most gyms, I think, have a thing to measure.
I don't know how those handle things. I just don't know how accurate. How can that possibly be?
No, that's the thing. No idea. It's the same with like those scales.
Well, can it measure by sending pulses through your body? I think really.
I have no idea. It's the same for BMI scales, because a lot of the time it makes no sense, because if you're short of stature but got a bit of weight and you're just a muscle ball, that tends to say that you're obese in accordance to the BMI index. But I don't know how they do it, to be honest, because obviously it's not entirely correct.
Yeah, I'm sure mine always says obese on that.
Yeah.
Like 28 or something. Yeah.
Justin?
Yeah, man.
Could you maybe look through GU?
Yeah.
So, okay, you see that we can maybe have cells below this line, which you put in.
Oh, the one from, it's the same one from yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
Because the 15 as well is not a support, it's a resistance on the 15 as well. It's a bearish candle. So I'm still considering this to be the same level. But yeah, I'd like to see a closure below, because it's bounced off it multiple times if you include the current daily candle support, the low. Also, it's now, I consider it to be a strong level, a 4-hour level now. So
it's looking on the M50, looking not really bad. So
yeah, I mean,
it's grabbing liquidity on the M50 time frame, and yeah, a little bit insecure.
It's on the 4-hour, it's a support, so it looks a lot better below, to be honest, below the wick. But I can see if you like the reason why, if you did take it on a closure below a horizontal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Alright, so the M30 is closing and we're back in consolidation of gold. GJ is still below the resistance, so patiently waiting. In the meantime, maybe I'll let TikTok in on the fun. Says choose a topic. Well, fitness and sports, beauty and fashion. That's half the time we're talking about fitness and sports.
It's definitely not beauty and fashion.
No, it's definitely not beauty and fashion. Learn. No, it's education, but where is it today? Why isn't it? Usually it pops up automatically. Learn. That will do today.
DJ loves just dropping them out top every time.
Yeah, it's still got the volume there, doesn't it?
It's just gone the 15 pips just straight away. First minute of the new candle.
Yeah, it's had the volume ever since, well, all week basically. It's had that similar volume, which isn't making it easy. I mean, yesterday in my pre-MY trade, that was just all over the shop. After you've left and it starts to come back down, it would literally go back into profit a couple pips, then straight back into about 6-7 pip drawdown. And you can just come on, make the move, either take me out or get to TP, because I want to get to bed.
Yeah.
And as soon as it broke the low again, I'm like, nah, stop this, I'm going to break even, because now it should just drop. It had about 5.5 pips on the table, and I swear to God, 2 seconds later, back up, takes me out, and then it drops.
Yeah.
So, as per the usual. It's done that all week long, hasn't it?
Nice close on the hourly, but it would be nice to.
Yeah, the hourly will look good if it closes bearish engulfing. But I kind of feel the way GJ is at the moment with the volume, that if you were to trade it based off the hourly, you're probably best just to go a lower risk, because you're going to have a wider stop loss. And maybe
and you can have a wider TP.
Exactly. It's going to say maybe just get to break even around 10 or something, and instead of securing, I mean, it's up to the individual. I'd still probably secure some, but just maybe half instead of 80%. Still like the look of gold though as well. Just needs to break this consolidation. TikTok, good day to you. Anyone have any questions, any charts, feel free to send those in. I'll get to those shortly. Good day to everyone on TikTok. Welcome. It's like that on TikTok, it's just flickers. They're on for like a second and they click to the next channel. Probably not looking for Forex.
Absolutely no concentration span.
No, well, they're probably looking for young girls dancing or something. Honestly, to me, TikTok's just, I just don't get it. Unless you want to learn and, you know, searching Forex streams and that, which is fantastic, but otherwise, I just don't see the point in TikTok or whatever. Not just Forex streams, I mean, whatever you want to learn about, but just to watch someone dance or whatever. Oh man, look at GJ now.
There was no way in there, which I quite like.
On GJ? No.
You just can't ever take that trade, so you can almost watch anything. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
When you think, oh, there's actually a valid entry here, don't take it, and then it starts frustrating.
Yeah. No, there's absolutely no entry here. It's opened up the exact same way as the previous. It's an M15.
Yeah.
Or M30, I think it was. Yeah, same as the previous M30. Just straight drop. You know, watch gold for the time being. I was trying to remember passwords for accounts and that. Oh, bingo.
So Geo's pushing a little bit down.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So what's your plan? You gonna wait for
I'm waiting, yeah.
for a closure blow, the horizontal?
Right now. Yeah, then maybe also looking how the M50 envelopes, but not before the M50, M30 closing.
Yep.
Because
Okay.
maybe we can reject, and then we are on the H4, and then maybe go back up completely.
Yep. There's fair bit of volume right now.
Yeah, EU is also going down, so it was a good decision to close
Yeah.
this trade.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's in a downtrend, so
Yeah.
but again, you were comfortable with your risk. That's the main thing. It's not a stupid
Here
trade.
you can see,
but
here you can see how important it is to have stop losses and not having this trade open.
yeah.
And hoping and hoping and hoping. So I think this is a good example.
Yeah, not managing it.
Trade and risk management.
I agree, my friend.
Thanks.
Look at DJ. Yeah, it's definitely gold to focus for the time being. You know what I noticed is since I started the VIP, the numbers have gone down, so which I find quite disappointing, to be honest, because I would have thought people would still support me either way on the stream. That's the thing, a lot of people just expect everything for nothing all the time. It's all good. Their loss, not my loss. Alrighty guys, talk to me. Keep me going. This is analyzing on a 4 slate. This is bloody boring at the moment in charts. There's nothing happening. What are we looking at? Talk to me guys. YouTube, you there?
Oh, that 30-minute on GJ is forming horribly.
Yeah, this is nasty. This is just absolutely reckless if you're trying to get involved at the moment. These wick rejections suggest to me that eventually if it pops up, it's likely to make a move, but it's just consolidation. Like, how can you trust it? It's in a massive downtrend, so maybe there is absolutely no bias at the moment. It's just a very tricky time on GJ. You just really be patient with it. And gold needs to wake up because it's just not doing anything at the moment. Clarksonization, yes, definitely consolidating.
And gold ended up consolidating for all of London yesterday, didn't it?
Yeah.
From memory. Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday
Just total
that
consolidation.
was London. Well, on stream
yeah.
from around here. That's just absolute crap. I mean, how you supposed to trade that? Doesn't make it easy, but yeah, it's just test the patience. That's it. Sticking to your guns.
On GJ, the 4-hour looks so good to drop. Just don't trust it.
Yeah, it does. Made the pullback, quite a long wick to the upside, but again, did the same thing all yesterday. Eventually makes the move, but usually after we try to get involved. So wow, it does look good.
Lines up perfectly with the lower wick on the candle two before.
Wow, looks really nice if it does actually break the low. The issue is now there is no, unless it makes a nice clean pullback just now, there is no entry until below low at this point. TikTok GU. So with GU, I mentioned it before, it's at a strong level of support. So that at 4-hour support, kind of finding it hard to sell into it. Below it makes more sense, below 128.774. Otherwise, if it makes a clean pullback to the most recent resistance formed on the way to the downside, I'd be looking for the sell from below 128.960. Otherwise, if it starts to close above 129 flat, there's a good chance it will pull up towards 129.10. So I mean, the bias is neutral. You got 30-minute structure still technically bullish. It does look bearish here, but so long as it remains above this low, really, it's technically bullish. This is the one being pulse to the upside, so these are just pauses on the way up, so I don't consider them to be a swing. But what we do have is the current daily forming a strong bearish candle, so if it does reject levels formed on the way down, I can sell it. Otherwise, sell is below low, or buys above the resistance in line with the 30-minute structure. But for the time being, for me, the focus is GJ sells below low, and gold just depends what it decides to do. Right now, it's right in the middle of consolidation. Anyone got questions, guys? Feel free to ask away. Let's get this chat moving a bit. How's the week been, guys? Fill me in. It's been a tough one. Like I mentioned, with me personally, taking 4 trades, three were break even, and only 1 really clean trade. That was Asian session on Tuesday. That was by far the trade of the week for me.
A gold trade.
Yeah, that was perfect. Turn away for a second and straight to like 20 pip profit. It just absolutely pumped. Let's see, so it's approaching the support again on gold. Let's see if it does have the volume now to break through it. To be honest, it is cleaner to the upside, but still with the momentum and the strength of the current weekly candle, if we do begin to break the low, I feel it's a high probability at that point there we will continue to push to the downside. But seeing we're coming from above the support, I need closures below it. Or if not, right near the low. If nothing else, has to close right near the low. And GJ, look at that, just straight back into consolidation. Absolute mess at the moment on GJ. So we'll focus on gold. Monty and Pedro in the TikTok chat, good day to you guys, hope you're well. Eric at Fex, good day to you as well. Him and Jara Highland, good day to you too. So seen you guys about a bit, so welcome, hope you're well. And once again, guys, if you got any requests, let me know. Let me know how you're going. So we're watching gold at the moment. It's under 6 minutes for this count to close. YouTube, what's going on, guys? Anyone got anything for me? We all in trades, or why so quiet? What's the deal? Ask me questions, guys. Let's get this chat popping a bit. TikTok, Jara, can I explain when you're buying and selling, or when's a good time to? Yes, I will, if and when it happens, but right now it's not the best time to. Reason being, gold is just consolidating, it's above support and below resistance. So what I want to do is get involved either side of that. The only other way I would trade this particular area consolidation is to the downside, and that's if we do now make this clean move to the downside. However, we only pull back, we don't break below, we don't close below, we pull back, make a clean pull back to that 23.79 sort of level, reject again, and that's where I would consider trading this consolidation. Reason being is at that point we may have opened it up a little bit with a clean move down, clean move up, and still below that level, still in line with the bias and the direction and strength of the weekly candle. I would consider sell from back at below 23.78, 79, that sort of level. But yes, I will definitely let you know when it happens, if and when. But for the time being, all we can really do is wait patiently. It's the hardest part about trading for the average person. They always want to be involved, but as soon as you realize that it's not the be all and end all, that if you just simply wait for the high probability options to present, you're going to be a much better trader. I used to be the same. I used to be jumping in and out, looking for trades left, right, and center. You know, every day I maybe take 3, 4, 5, sometimes more trades. Absolutely exhausted by the end of it. Not only that, I put more pressure on my equity as well. I was a nervous wreck. I was anxious. And it wasn't a good feeling. So for me, it was a matter of just obviously realizing that I actually understood things, and I was not a bad trader. I just had problems with controlling my emotions and things like that. So once I realized if I just follow my plan and stick to my rules, it means yes, I'm going to trade less, but it means I'm going to win a lot more. It's less stress for me. It's less stress on my account, my equity, and I can make a much better return percentage wise than what an average trader will make who might trade 40 plus times a month or whatever. I might trade 15, 20 times a month, sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less, but I know for a fact, and it's been proven on the stream, that I'm going to win the majority of those trades. So I just need to stick patiently to my plan, and that's it. Manage my trades as well. So I like to manage my trades in drawdown. Trizza, are long wicks always liquidity? Look, not necessarily. Again, a lot of the trading is run by algorithms and robots, obviously, that type of thing. So you often find wicks was just, you know, bounce or pop in, bounce off levels, tap into resistance and that, and reject levels. But I mean, all these candles have liquidity, don't they? Liquidity is more so consolidation. Consolidation is the build-up of liquidity, which eventually, once it's ready, once it's got enough liquidity, it's going to break. In which direction, we don't know. All we can do is trade our plan and go off our analysis. But that's why, for instance, so to me, this is liquidity being built in the market, all this. So I know for the fact that it is liquidity. How do I know we've got enough of it? When I would consider that we have enough of it is when we get the closure above and we retest it and we pull away from it. That means we're ready. Same to the downside. Break below, close below, retest, pull away from it. That means we're ready. We've probably got enough liquidity finally to continue to trend, whether it be back up or in line with the actual bias itself to the downside. So hopefully that answers your question. Thank you. Thank you for the question. Steve, good morning to you, brother. Hope you're well. You want us to go away for a week visiting family? Okay. Just nice one. Appreciate it. Thank you, my friend. Enjoy your time away as well. But yeah, don't stress it. Obviously, if you're busy, enjoy it while you can. Look at that, GJ. So we are London Open. Sorry, guys, but there is nothing I can take on GJ. I mean, those long wick rejections on the past 3 counts suggest that maybe we've grabbed liquidity from the downside. However, it's just in the middle of nowhere. Plus, your stop loss is massive. To take any counter trend entry, it's just not there for me right now. And gold's closed above support, so we still patiently need to wait. But it's not all over, guys. There still could be options. Just need to wait. Clarksonization, yes, hopefully London Open will actually give things a bit of a shove, a bit of a kick along. But once again, don't forget, guys, that this time of year generally things are slower. So it's all good. We don't stress it, we stick to the plan. And like I mentioned yesterday, we don't go down to the 5 minute or 1 minute just to hunt for a trade. We patiently just wait, and if it presents, fantastic. If not, so be it, we move on. Couldn't be explained here any better. Cheers, nice one, appreciate it. Yeah, so the main, I mean, the training, the whole aspect of it is basically having to wait patiently, the discipline to sit there and wait. That's the hardest part of it, because for the majority, you're just 90+% of it, you're literally waiting, even more than that. If you're a scalper, a lot of time you're in for, you know, anywhere between a few minutes to maybe 30 minutes. Sometimes a little bit longer, but most of the time it's wrapped up within one 30-minute candle. No, guys in TikTok, welcome to you. Bitcoin's even consolidating. Yeah, the market's an absolute shit house at the moment, really rank. GJ, no idea what it wants to do. Has volume though, it's got a lot of volume. These candles are big. There's just no clear direction. So dropping against the Aussie dollar. I assume it's dropped a fair bit against the US dollar. Now silver is a really volatile asset. It's more volatile than gold, to be honest. Not sure what its spreads are like. That'd be an interesting one to trade, but they basically move the same either way. I think you just find that silver tends to move a little bit quicker. Look at that roll. I mean, this is fantastic for me. Continue to dollar cost average, get in at some lower prices. Been buying it up from around $23, I think it was 22, 23. All right, let's keep it on going. BJ's just shit out. Welcome everyone on TikTok. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask them. Feel free to say hello. I will take a look at pairs as per request if anyone does have any currency pair or crypto, whatever it is, commodity. Let me know. Oh man, it's fucking boring, isn't it? God trading is boring. It's bloody boring, especially when charts are doing nothing, when they're useless.
Following the barcodes from GJ.
Yeah, complete barcodes. Like, let's go down to 1 minute, let's see. Closures below on a 1 minute. What sort of margin is there? And what stop loss? I'm not going to take it, but I just want to see.
I bet it's 15 pips.
Yeah. You've got 15 pips. Stop loss would roughly be... You get about 1 to 1.
Because these candles are all 30 pips.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of volume in them. It just depends where it closed below, but you probably get close to 1 to 1. Oh, gold's trying. No upper wick.
Even London open candle and it's not doing anything different.
No, GJ. Yeah, still stuffing about. I mean, gold's trying, but no impulse entries, no chance. From above support, it's got no upper wick as well. But maybe it's going to present, maybe it's going to give us something on the next 30-minute candle. Definitely needs to close below. As far as that impulse entry, I'm not feeling it against the structure as well. I just noticed it's obviously it's got no upper wick, so it's just dropped. It's in such a strong downtrend, it's hard to trust it. Trust the buy against what it's the current weekly candle. So I'm just gonna patiently wait for a potential sell.
I know what you mean, that it's tempting because of that lack of wick.
Yeah, very tempting. So in this sort of circumstance, I probably would have chosen bullish candle wick as a entry level. That's about 50% of the zone itself. You stop loss below it. It's such a massive move to downside. And it's kind of below that support as well on the 4 hour. I mean, it's a tricky one to mark in. You could probably use that. Yeah. Wow, look at it now. Whoops.
See.
Alright, so just grabbing liquidity though. Potentially. That's why it needs to wait for closures. The 15, it doesn't suffice. It's going to be a massive stop loss. You got no upper wick. I'd rather just wait for a 30-minute closure at this point. It's a strong level. So what would be really nice if this 15-minute candle closes below, followed by a weak bullish pause on the next 15-minute candle, but still below this support. It could be a potential option on the next M30. Oh, NAS has been dropping, hasn't it? I just noticed the price. Wow, look at that for a move overnight. My time. And your time. Wow. So it's really rejected that 20k level. Been a lot of earnings reports throughout the week, so I'm assuming some of those come out negative. So at the moment, YouTube and TikTok, we just chilling.
GJ's fine.
Yeah, again, it's trying. The fourth consecutive 30-minute count, it's trying to melt. Let's see if this one actually is the one that's successful. Still no entry at this point until below the low though. What's that? GU? Oh, it is too.
It's also making its move, yeah.
Yeah.
I think right now the only possible sells could be if we are going further down and then creating a support, going up, creating a resistance, and then selling from the former resistance. Then
Yeah, I mean, if it does, maybe I mean, it has that 15 close. 15 close, nice. If it rejects this zone, like it's pretty much tapped into it already, almost. So if it pulls back into it and rejects it and closes weak bullish, then I think continuation sales are still going to be okay. It looks like now we've got the momentum ready to trend again.
I have on the left side, I have
yeah, this horizontal, there's a bit of support. Yeah.
And this, I don't like it. So at least it should close below this support. Then
Yeah,
maybe.
fair enough. Alright, I want to see how gold closes. If it closes weak bullish, I may consider an impulse entry on the next candle. Back in 2 seconds, guys. Alright, gold bouncing back at the lows from the lows of the support. So again, just patience needs to wait, guys. Impulse entries are very difficult at the moment. Look at this. Look at that shooting back up right now. Well, stop loss on a buy will be about 8 pips or something. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult too. I'm gonna stress enough importance of patience in this sort of situation. as much as you want to get involved. And it's very difficult. Look at that. Looked like it was going to melt, and look at it now, straight back above support. It's now almost flipped bullish, this 30-minute candles. It's about to create an upward wick. Glad I'm not involved in a gold sell, to be honest. Xperia market is too intense days. I'm scared to take any trades. Yeah, just again, man, just requires a lot of patience. That's it. GJ, look at that. Barcodes looks like it's about to make a move down. It's just too close to the support. We've no the stop loss is gonna be massive. So in my opinion, the best entry, the more probable entry now comes below the current daily candles low. And gold, well, gold's being gold. It's right back in consolidation again. So the buy is going to be difficult because the stop loss is going to be massive, and you're trading back into some pretty choppy traffic as well. There is no margin. It could just reject anywhere within the consolidation. So once again, through my experience of more than 7 years on the charts, in this situation, as much as there's the volume, as much as the candles are moving up and down, you're best just to wait and avoid it and let it actually cut through this bullshit and decide whether it's going to go down, close below, reject, continuation sells, or whether it's going to go up, close above, reject, continuation buys. That is, in my opinion, the only way to go about it at the moment. Otherwise, you're likely going to get wrecked, and it doesn't mean you're going to get on the end of a winning trade, but what it does mean is you've got a much greater probability of being on the end of a winning trade if you just simply wait for the right confirmation. Jack, good afternoon to you, brother. Hope you're well. Spiro Golf to me and Candle's been moving like 50-60 pips. Yep. GJ was the same before and still is all over the shop, and now it's making a move. Wow, look at that. I know there's going to be people. I sold GJ from the lows. Fantastic. I'm wrapped for ya. Be very careful because this could easily just close back above. If I was in any impulse entry, in no way I would take that, because your stop loss is way too wide. You're coming from way too far above the spot. Look now, you're back above that breakout zone. So for what it's worth, we're going in with a stop loss of around 40 plus pips. I'm definitely not comfortable with that. It's come from above the support, so volume of plenty, but just indecisive in terms of direction at the moment, so it requires enormous patience and discipline. We can go to 1 minute, we can probably pick a million entries. We can go to 5 minutes, we can probably pick a few entries. It might work once or twice for you, but then you're likely gonna get burnt, and then you're gonna come back to good old try and test the 30-minute time frame.
Maybe to add additional to GJ, it's also that with this volume, so it's difficult then to get on 10-12 pips, because on the other hand it can be on the other direction and go minus 20 pips very easily. Yep. So right now you have to be very careful with GJ. Yeah. So, and also adapting maybe also the lot sizes there.
Correct. Yeah. That's another good point, because it is very volatile at the moment, bouncing up and down. You're gonna have to have wider stop losses. So yeah, if I was to take any GJ trade, I'd probably need to just have a smaller lot size, wider stop loss, maybe give it a bit more room to do its thing.
Oh my word. GJ.
Yeah, I know. Unreal.
It's like yesterday, Dustin.
Yeah, so, exactly the same.
We saw how this happens yesterday. So after you reach BE, then price went down. So, and we were on the right side at the end.
Yeah, it's correct. It's just sitting through a fair bit of drawdown, which was not the easy part. So thank you for the sub. GJ. Especially, I mean, the way we trade, we get involved where we think we'll have the least amount of drawdown usually by, having these rules and knowing that if those rules are met, it's likely going to be a pretty solid entry that doesn't need to, well, it's likely not going to have that drawdown. A lot of
I
times,
also think.
you go, mate.
Sorry. No, sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, a lot of times see on stream, a lot of trades have very minimal drawdown. So, but the way GJ is right now, the volume, you don't have to have wider stop losses, smaller lot sizes, allow it to do its thing and trust your levels. So for instance, if the next 15-minute candle closes weak bullish but taps in, it gives us that minor pause below support. You might be able to use this place stop loss just to back above the support and just let it do its thing, go a smaller lot size, and see if it respects it. It's likely to eventually come down and make the move. Very similar to what we took yesterday evening my time, so into pre-MY with you guys. It was actually just after you opened. But look at this, volume is bananas on both gold and GJ. So what were you gonna say, mate?
I was going to say, I think these markets actually don't really suit our style of trading, because these markets suit people who will take lots of trades and lots of losses and lots of wins and big wins, but they'll also be taking losses. Whereas true. I think under normal market conditions where there aren't these massive moves, we can still make profit where most people can't.
Yeah. It's true, because they're relying on
like in ranging
big volume
markets and kind of slow markets.
Yeah, I think this kind of thing suits a lot of the buy stop sell stops.
Yeah, it does.
You're going to get burnt. You're going to get burnt heaps of times, but when you get lucky, it's going to be a pretty nice win.
Yeah, you basically got to have a 1 to 3, 1 to 4, and just buy and sell, or sell stop probably in this case. Yeah, every engulfing low.
Pretty much, yeah. Knowing that maybe 1 in every 4 or 5 might be a profitable one.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time, a lot of the moves have just come from in the middle of nowhere, from way above a support or way below a resistance, from a area consolidation. So without any sort of confirmation, it makes it so difficult to trust it, in my opinion. What would I want to see? In all honesty, I want this candle to close close to its low, and then I want to pause on 15. I'll use the 15-minute candle high as the stop loss of the pause candle, and then potentially look for an entry as it breaks the 30-minute catalyst candle's low. That's probably the only entry I can get involved in or trust on GJ right now. On gold is just that consolidation, so nothing. Spiro, you're officially moving to Melbourne. Oh, nice one. Done with Sydney rental crisis, just secured a place in Melbourne. Oh, okay, nice one. Whereabouts, if you don't mind me asking? GJ melted through daily support like butter. It's definitely not normal market conditions. Yeah, it's just tricky because now it's popping back above it. Mr. Phil, good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're well. Welcome. Bonnie, hello to you on TikTok. Glen Roy. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm opposite. I'm in the southeast, mate. Bayside suburbs. Mr. Phil, yeah, all good, mate. All good. Thank you for asking. Tricky market conditions, no trades today. You're in GA bias, okay. Oh, yeah. You're in some good profit by the looks of it. Nice one. Based off the 2 hour. I'm assuming it's based off the break of that pause, and that's nice, man, if that is the case. pretty much at resistance now, so I'm assuming you'd be getting ready to maybe secure or keeping a small runner. All right, so 30's close right at that support. It's tricky when you got the long lower wick. You really want to close near its low, followed by a pause, and then continuation, lower high, lower low in the M30. This is just very tricky price action. Conspiro, can't afford it. Melbourne in general, everywhere is expensive. Goats, g'day to you, my friend. Gold right back at consolidation, so very difficult still, guys. There's no confirmation. It's going to be tricky if GJ didn't close low. And thing is, guys, I mentioned yesterday when I jumped on the MI call to VIP members that the charts are looking a little bit confusing. So if you do, look at them and you're a little bit perplexed as to, what would be a decent entry or area to get involved, then obviously it's probably best not to trade at all. So there's nothing wrong with seeing aside and waiting for price to move to a level that you want it to, or to form in a pattern that you'd like it to form, something that you're familiar with. And eventually presented for us yesterday it was in my open, but yeah, unfortunately wasn't to be. I got taken out break even. It was very well managed here. Conspiro, haven't been to Broadmeadows. My sub is yeah Broady, be careful with Broadmeadows, mate. You've got like two sides of it. There's Broadmeadows in the west, and then in the southeast there's Dandenong. Those are like probably the two highest crime rate suburbs in Melbourne. I think Dandenong rates is having the most people in the penitentiary system from that particular area. That's the Greater Dandenong. And Broadmeadows is probably a close second, or I would assume anyway. Yeah, Broady's very far from me, mate. It's probably about an hour and a half or so. But no, who knows? It's going to change. It's like anywhere in the world, you just got to have your wits about you, not doing anything stupid, and you'll be right. My view on EU and GU, both bearish. But both, again, look at that, GU is just bounced straight back up. So that level, it's a really strong level. It's a 4-hour level. So for me, I want closures below, because it is the wick on that bullish 4-hour candle. So close by 128.774, I feel are probably the best option at this point. That previous candle rejected as well. Now, not going to be easy buying it because you're buying it straight into the consolidation. So it does pull back to reject 128.960 roughly to 980. You could look for your potential catalyst to sell it, so long as you got the margin. But having said that, we know with GU and EU, you can often get some really tight stop losses. So you don't necessarily need to have much margin, as long as you can get at least a 1-to-1. And aside from that, price does begin to close above the most recent resistance, which we have just retested and rejected yet again. So formed on the way down, we formed this resistance at around that 128 or 129 flat sort of level. If it starts to close above, then I think it's a good option just to be looking at the buys to take back up towards 129.10 and then above that level. further options, clean traffic, and if it rejects, any options to potentially sell it as well. EU is, it's not a bad reversal candle, but I think from the analysis it's going to be bearish. Got the dailies bullish, but counter probabilities to the downside respect the low of the previous daily so far, which is a good thing. YO is bearish, bouncing off a support. Got resistance at that point. 30-minute is bearish as well. All right, so at least this point is going to flip bullish above that point there, above 108.456 roughly. So if it does close above it, it is quite clean to the left. You're bouncing off buyout support. There could be options to buy it if you're not in a buy just now, otherwise rejection. So if it does wick above, only to reject, and you get the right confirmation, take it back down, that could be an option as well to sell it. So buys above, sells below 1.0846, and possible further sales below the low. Yeah, you got clean enough traffic down to just marking horizontal 108.18. So not a great deal of margin, but once again, you might get a tight stop loss. It could be an option. Xperia, in current market conditions, I'm only comfortable with taking EU and GU trades. At least big candle is only it's true. Big candle is only about 10 pips on EU and GU. AU is another one as well, mate. Hyundai, good day to you. What time's my live start? Starts on YouTube a bit earlier. YouTube starts about 6:45 to 7 a.m. UK time, so it just depends where you are in the world. I'm here in Melbourne, Australia, so that's 4 to 4 p.m. my time. And on TikTok, I usually start streaming around about half an hour or so after I've started on TikTok, on YouTube, sorry.
Where everybody I know at the moment is in a sunny country.
Everyone you know is what? In a sunny country?
In a sunny country, sitting in the sun right now.
Oh, really? You've been looking at IG too much, have you?
All over Instagram, yeah.
Yeah, all the stories. You'll be getting that in about 3.5 weeks time from now.
From you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course, Thailand, yeah.
Yep. Very much looking forward to it. And of course, my good old Aussie dollar is going in the wrong direction as always. Before I look at that,
It's us. And
that makes a difference, man. That makes a hell of a lot of difference. That's literally probably a day of decent, enjoying some food and maybe having a drink. When you're converting a grand, 1,000 Australian, you've lost like pretty much a day of entertainment by this latest drop. So it doesn't, you're thinking probably, it's probably not that much, but honestly, it's literally like it'll be about 1,000 baht difference now. They'll be getting 23 point something as opposed to 24 point something, which goes a long way. It really can. It's about, for every grand, it's about a 50 Australian dollar difference. So that is quite a big difference. And I remember when I was first going there about 12 or so years ago, I was getting 33 for $1. So that's a massive difference. Lost like a third of its, more than a third, yeah, about a third of its purchasing power, the Aussie dollar. Spiro, whatever anyone actually trades, I don't think it can be so hard to. I mean, with spreads now, the only way I think you could do it is actually going to convert it like physical cash. But you wouldn't be doing it here. The banks will give you absolute shit house of a rate. All right, let's see on gold. Four and a bit minutes of this 15-minute candle left. Would want to see, again, to be more comfortable, want to see a 30-minute closure. We've rejected multiple times. But anyway, we'll see in the next 4 and a bit minutes where we're at. TikTok, thank you for the follow and welcome to everyone watching. Feel free to ask questions. And if you can't find me on TikTok, I'm always streaming, well, not always, but I mean, I'm streaming every day around this time on YouTube, Monday to Friday. When we look at Bitcoin, still consolidating, so nothing on that. Focus is gold. Xperia, what I think of gold based on the higher time frame, daily and weekly looks strong bearish. Yeah, I agree. Based off the weekly, I see the potential for it to come down towards that 23.20. That is the next support, but we do have these wicks to the left, so they are levels of liquidity, areas of liquidity at price potentially could bounce off. But what would give me the confidence that it might be the case is when you start closing some more daily candle back bullish. But on the daily as well, we can see we've got a bit of margin down to at least 23.58. It does look like that is a good possible next destination. Lines up the resistance a little bit further to the left. So once again, if the pullbacks within it are met by resistance on the minor time frame, then what likely is to happen? A price will come back down to retest the current daily / weekly low. And if it has the volume momentum, potentially push to the next zone, which is again that 23.58, and so on and so forth. Break that. Once again, look to the left where we potentially pull back to, forming resistance in the minor time frame. If it does, retest the low, breaks that. Again, you look to the left, likely destination. So yeah, potentially I agree. I mean, it does look like it could come down further. But if it is to come down further, then good chance of be respecting the resistance at the current level. Xperia, but on the 4 hour it has been 5 bearish candles in a row. I need to grab more liquidity from the upside before melting to that daily support 23.57. Yeah, definitely could do so. So as far as a potential pullback zone, we've got these wicks to the left, which could, previous support could act as potential resistance. Hit support in the 30-minute, so that's why I've got that level marked in, because that would be a target to the upside in anticipation it may reject at that point. But you'd still have clean traffic all the way up towards 24 flat, so it could pull up all the way to that, and that is obviously a psychological round number, so you can have probably a lot of orders set for that level, whether it be to the upside or downside. So yes, it would not surprise me if it does pull back further, but once again, we need to wait for, as you would know as well, we need to wait for some confirmation that on a closure above, and that would maybe give us, you know, an indication that it could make a deeper pullback. Until we get that confirmation of a closure above 23.79.35, just a matter of waiting. Boring trading, a bloody boring week, to be honest. The quality options been few and far between. Asian session's been by far best of it, but I've not had a chance to trade it the last 2 days. Tuesday was fantastic. Yesterday presented a few options, and today definitely gave a few options. Would not, you know, not necessarily the easiest to get involved, but I reckon I would have found a way. Yeah, I likely would have been looking at GJ at this point, which looks like it would have given, yeah, it's more than 25, that's about 25 pips in that move. So that is that candle. It's that time of day, and now into Asian session always brings the volume. I mean, before it there was volume, but always around that time you get some really nice moves. Gold, that, look at that, it's that candle again. Always around that time, that's when the volume tends to really spike during the Asian session. So it's not at the open. I'm not sure if it's to do with stock exchange open or something, Tokyo Stock Exchange. I thought that opened pretty much the same time as the currency markets, or maybe same as like NYSE, maybe 20 minutes or so after the currency session open.
What's your plan for trading times in Thailand?
Pretty much the same, man, because it's more suitable there. It's 3 hours behind, so right now it's ordered to 30 minutes to 3.
Yeah, New York is easier to trade there.
New York is easier, yeah, much easier. And a good thing is I can still go with the missus for dinner or something after it, and not, you know, keep her happy. And
what times?
What's that?
So what time's London open for you in Australia?
5 p.m. So it'll be 2 p.m.
So then London open there is 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a nice time.
Yeah, it's really good. And if you really want to trade all 3 sessions, you can, but you got to be up pretty early for the Asian session, which I am either way, because I'm off taking the one to school and that. I'm with him.
Do you keep working for your family business when you're out there or not?
Not really. No. I used to sometimes do some buying and deal with some suppliers and that, and also fabric and that type of thing, but not really, not anymore. Everything's pretty much locally sourced these days.
There's no remote stuff you can do?
No, not with that type of business. It's pretty much labor intensive, the majority of it. Right, look at GJ. These candles have big volume. Alright, below it, I think we've got some clean traffic below that level.
Yeah, the hourly will look nice if it closes like this.
Yeah, if it closes near its low and closes this M15 week bullish candle.
Yeah.
Yeah, still going to be a wide stop, so again, it'll be a lower lot size. Be looking around 30 at the moment if this candle doesn't pull back any further.
30 lots.
30 lot, of course. just the lazy casual 30 lots. Just the normal day. More like 30 cents. Closer to 30 cents than 30 lots. Put it this way. Yeah, you're gonna have a wide stop loss, so I would consider it. Would consider the entry. We'll see how this candle closes. Thank God, doesn't look likely at this stage. So okay, we'll turn our focus to GJ. So let's just watch that and see if it's going to present. Xperia, you caught gold sales early in Asian session, got out 10 pips, only see it melt. Yeah, it absolutely died, didn't it, afterwards? Was anticipating consolidation first since it's Asian. Boy, was I wrong. Yeah, see, that's where a lot of people get it wrong. Asian session, a lot of people say, oh, it's Asian session, it's shit to trade. I disagree. I think Asian session is just like any other, and it'll go through times where you get nice moves during it, more so than London or MI, but obviously there is more volume. It's fact, there's more volume during London and New York sessions, but doesn't mean you never get moves during Asian session. So it's worth, if you are, able to trade it, or you choose to trade it, definitely worth keeping an eye on. But like I mentioned, for us, it's that 11 AM candle, man. That's the one that always tends to bring the volume. If I was to stream Asian session, I wouldn't even bother being on for Tokyo Open. I'd wait for maybe half an hour before, after that candle closure, sorry. Half an hour before that 11 AM our time, that candle. Seven and a half minutes. I'm gonna wait and see. There could be options on GJ, guys. It's a slow grind on TikTok to 1,000 followers. Getting there, 600, and I can't even see it properly. It's over 600.
The EU is coming up again, and also GU.
Oh wow! So moving. Does that mean is gold moving?
No, not really.
Okay. GU looks very, very similar to gold. EU starting to look good, but there's a lot of volume even in the majors at the moment. Look at that for a 30-minute candle on EU. It's only 15 pips, but it's a lot more volume than the candles to the left of it.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. Jack, yeah. I will look at it. Probably, I just want to wait for this. I don't want to miss in case GJ gives an option. So what I'm doing now, guys, I'm just gonna see what the low is on my broker of that bullish candle, the current M15 candle. So it's 937. So About 920 is probably where I'd look for an entry. But this candle has to close, and I want to close a weak bullish candle. Oh, yeah, that's EU. I mean, as far as price action, man, that's really nice. It's a potential reversal when you have that. What, on the 30, let's see. That liquidity candle. It's a morning star formation, so yeah, it's a nice one, man. It's against the structure though, but it's at a strong support, so clean move down. I think it's a pretty solid entry, mate. I think you've done well. So you've entered here. Yeah, nice one. Good work, mate. Your zone's
So
correct as well.
If this would close a little bit stronger, then maybe I would also consider this a buy there. We did
here.
up, down, yeah, in this area. So when this was a little bit stronger,
Yeah,
or bigger, so that maybe I thought also to take it, but it was not so clear for me.
fair enough. You've
Yeah. But it's
almost
okay,
got
that's
that.
worked out for the other people.
What's that?
I mentioned it's good that it's worked out for the other people.
Yeah, exactly. You pretty much got engulfing candle on the 15 as well, so that's a double catalyst. Long liquidity wick to the downside in a 30-minute. So as far as a single in price action, that's really nice, in my opinion. Yeah, but I understand that you may want a slightly stronger closure. So it's just everyone's, and what makes you feel comfortable in a trade. I always say it. So I can totally understand, but I can also understand the entry. So I think you did really well, Jack. Well done. All comes down to GJ for me. This candle closed like so. It's not going to happen. If this candle closes like so, then you need to wait, in my opinion, for an engulfing on the next 15. It's popped up higher too, so your stop loss is now even wider. Thank you for the sub. So yeah, so for me, GJ, any trade would be lower risk because your stop loss is wider. It is moving with a lot of volume. But at this stage, my rule would be, if it closes like this, you need to wait for a 15-minute engulfing on the following candle to trust it. The hourly is going to close. It's going to close with a long wick to the downside. Really would prefer it to close close to its low. It would need to close below the support if nothing else, in my opinion. Gold is still below the resistance, so it's just consolidating. There's absolutely nothing you can do on gold. DJ. Janine, g'day to you. Hope you're all, mate. Welcome. Alright, so it's going to close strong bullish in the M15. I want it to close below. Has to close below and then engulfing will be okay. I mean, it's still okay if you get the engulfing candle, but really want to see the hourly close below. All right, that's right. Yeah, so there to be a value entry, in my opinion, the next 15-minute counts close bearish engulfing. It's the open new hourly, it's closed below. Left a fair wick to the downside, or big wick to the downside. Let's just measure it. 30 pips, almost 30 pips, so very difficult trading into it. I mean, look at that, 30 minutes, suggesting it's rejecting. That is an area of support to the left-hand side. So maybe it is grabbing liquidity from that level. So the only thing that will make me comfortable trying to sell this is if the 15-minute closed bearish engulfing. Gold right in consolidation. EU had that close, wrong closure above. Yeah, it's even that's tricky. Left a long wick to the upside. GU still below resistance. Off one. Yeah, JJ's popping back above. All right. Not interested in buying it because the bearish candle still closed below the support, so it'd be very impulsive to buy that. If it closed weak bullish above it, by all means I would consider that, but it's not. There is no confirmation for me to buy it, and the fact that it's breaking back above that support, I'm not going to be interested in selling it just now. So moving forward on GJ, so let's conclude, guys. What I'll probably be looking for is, now if we begin to pop above, close above this support and consolidate, we start to pull away from that consolidation. We've just made a pretty clean move down. That could be very impulsive, but very risky in my opinion. Counter trend entry in anticipation is going to pull back to grab some more liquidity from around that 197 flat level. But the better option at this rate, and seeing the way GJ is right now, it's very volatile. Trading in line for the actual structure and bias itself. Wait for it to pull back to around that 197 flat, form a resistance, wait for your signal, patiently for your catalyst, and then look for a sell. Not sell it from consolidation as it breaks. Wait for closures. If it gives you the option, fantastic. Further sell still going to be on the table below low of the current daily candle. What you might be best doing right now is waiting for the 4 hour, see where this closes. If it closes back below that minor support, closing close to its low, then new candle pulls back to create its upper wick, potentially rejecting that 196.30 sort of level, 26 sort of level. Look for the sell from higher up, otherwise sells upon continuation as it begins to break the low of that previous candle, of the previous 4 hour candle. I mean, the only other way I would consider any sells is probably if this candle closes bullish like so, and then maybe the next 15-minute closes bearish engulfing back below, and it's going to end up closing the 30-minute back another weak bearish candle with a long wick to the upside, rejecting that previous support. Might be an option, but I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm probably going to be making dinner at that point, so that's what I would consider looking at. That's GJ. Just be careful with it. It is quite volatile at the moment, quite unpredictable. So just wait for strong confirmations. And gold is just consolidating. So same analysis applies in gold. Closures below 23.66.60. Closures above 23.79.35 on the 30-minute preferably. Just depends, maybe the 15 will suffice, so long as if it's to the upside, for instance, we have a nice strong bullish 30-minute closure prior to it, maybe closing up near the high, and maybe a 15-minute candle closure above will suffice, and vice versa to the downside. If you have a nice strong 30-minute prior to it closing close to low, and maybe wait for that 15-minute closure below, retest, continuation. you know, it's anticipation the M30 is going to make it a nice clean move for you. That's what I'd probably be waiting for on the gold. To the members, guys, I would do definitely going to be doing the analysis. I might do a live analysis call and like just jump on, see if there's anything happening around that time, but it probably won't be a late one today. I'm gonna be up pretty early tomorrow morning. But yeah, that's a wrap, guys. Once again, nothing happening, but all good. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, nothing lost. So
thanks, bro.
Pleasure as always. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, man.
Franco and James, thank you.
Later.
I'll catch you guys later.
See you later.
Cheers, guys. YouTube, thank you one all. If you could, hit like button if you're not done so on the way out. And you guys know the drill if you want to know any more about the services. Once again, VIP, you've got until the end of this month to take advantage of that special discount offer. So definitely a lot of effort goes into that, and I feel it's well worth the value for just over $1 a day. I think it's well worth it. But you guys can make your own decision on that. Yeah, so that's about it. That's a wrap. I'll be on tomorrow about 7:30 a.m. roughly UK time by 4:30 p.m. for those of us here in Oz, in Southeast Oz. And yeah, until then, trade safe, don't do anything stupid. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.